Shalom. I want to begin the lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakwadash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me the truth, as well as other brothers through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Why is my thing like that? Salakia. Who taught me as well as other brothers through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Coming back here with another lesson. To the hopeful elect of Israel out there scattered abroad, the four corners of the earth, Lord willing to be edifying to you all. And without further ado, let's get into it, man. So I was talking to one of the brothers last night, and it's just the spirit, man. The spirit is gonna lead you when you don't know all the answers, man. You just gotta ask the Lord to put faith and instill strong faith in you. The reason I said that is because me and the brother, we were basically like talking about biblical stories and whatnot. And we were talking about the book of Daniel, and the brother was telling me about how, like, well, of course we were talking about something before that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember he was talking about Daniel and how he interpreted a dream for King Nebuchadnezzar. And he was explaining it to me, and I was like, man, I said, that sounds exactly like a story that I read about Joseph in Genesis when he was in Egypt, and when he was working for Pharaoh. And the brother was talking to me about it, and he was like, I'm not sure if I know that story, like, because both of this, like, the way he was explaining the story was exactly how the Joseph story went. So then I read the verses to him. I believe what I was reading to him was located in Genesis 39 through 41. But I ended up breaking it down to him, and he was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I was basically like saying to him, I was like, man, I was like, Daniel might be Joseph in the spirit, just because of how well their stories lined up. But anyways, I said that to say we were like basically going over some stories and stuff like that. And I remember, for some reason, I don't know why. I mean, it's just the spirit of the Lord, man. But I recall the story of how there was a group of men walking, and a harlot called the man over from the group. And I remember reading the story, but I couldn't remember exactly where it was located. And then I ended up finding it when I did a Google search on it, Proverbs 7. So I'm going to read a little bit of that. But also, so that was on me last night, and I ended up looking it up today, remembering it. Wow. Well, the funny thing about that is that, let's go into the definition of harlot real quick. To commit fornication, be a harlot, play the harlot. To commit adultery, to be a cult prostitute, to be unfaithful to the Most High Power. So a harlot is basically a prostitute. A prostitute is a sex worker, a person, in particular a woman, who engages in sexual activity for payment. And so the funny thing is I'm going to try and keep this story as least detailed as possible, but a random person texted me last night, and I didn't see the text, but because I was asleep, but I ended up waking up in the middle of my sleep. Something woke me up, and I just so happened to check my phone, and I seen that I had a message, and I clicked on this from an anonymous account, and the person that sent me a link to like a a page or something like that. So then I clicked on the link and went to the page. When I clicked on the link, I was like, hey, I know that person's name. And I was like, now I started connecting the dots. I was like, this is kind of weird. And when I went to the page, I see some unspeakable things, man. Just it's something I can't share or go too deep into it, but just know, man, I seen some things that just shows the way that women act, man. And I told the brother this, and he was like, man, when you have a woman, who is with a man of the Lord, who is with a man who you know what I'm saying, who is of the Lord, he's mentioning me in this instance. We have a woman and she leaves from that man, she typically turns and becomes a whore. So like I said, I don't know what it is, but it wasn't coincidence. The Lord put the spirit on me to think of this story, as well as that unfolding what happened this morning. Me going on that page, seeing the stuff I seen of that girl, man, and really just knowing, man, hey, just seeing that and being like, it's somewhat of it's somewhat a disappointment that you see somebody stoop down that low. Like it's it's not even crazy, man. You just expect women to do stupid shit like that, man. Like really. And that's not just going to that person, but it's just in general, man. Is a excess amount of wickedness going on in the earth right now. And I did not mention this before my lesson, but I don't have any precepts pulled up that I have that I'm specifically gonna pull up. I'm just going through the spirit with this lesson, but like I was saying, man, it's an influx or it's not the right word. There's a excess amount of wickedness going on in the earth right now. So, Salakia. So with that, there's gonna be an excess amount of things that we see. As in, there's gonna be an excess amount of ABC people. There's gonna be an excess amount of whores. There's gonna be an excess amount of unthinkable things going on. Idolatry, all types of things. These things are spoken of throughout the Bible. Revelation, for instance, is spoken of. So let's get this real quick. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So it says, therefore saith Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So there's a reason why the elder, and actually let's get this in the I want to get this in the good news real quick to see what it says on that. But there's a reason why. So let me get it real quick and then I'll explain it. It says, in verse 5, the Lord Yahweh says, I am going to bring terrible disasters on the whole world, war, famine, death, and destruction. We've talked about this. Because wickedness has spread everywhere and evil has reached its limit. This is the most evil place, Babylon the Great, man, the land of confusion. Therefore, the Lord says, I will no longer remain silent about the wickedness of these godless people. I will no longer tolerate it. They have murdered innocent people, and the blood they have spilled cries out to me for revenge. The souls of the righteous are constantly pleading for vengeance. So that's more so that's really speaking about judgment on this place. But the people who are in it, who are partaking in it, who are living in the flesh and living after their own things, man, they're part of this prophecy as well, man, because they're going to get caught up in that. But like it says, man, the souls of the righteous are constantly pleading for vengeance. That's us, man. We tired of this shit. We ready for our Savior, for our Master to come and save us, man, up out of this place. That's why we continue to do these things, and we emphasize enduring to the end, because we don't know the date, the time, or the place, but we know it's coming, and Lord willing, it'll be soon. Because, like I said, the days shall be shortened for the elect's sake. So, but let's go into this story real quick. Actually, yeah, we can go ahead and get it, man. So basically, a guy's walking through the streets, and he hits a corner, and he hits it, and he goes towards the woman corner that she's working. It says in verse, oh, we can go down, and basically he went into her house. That's verse 8. The twilight in the evening in the back. Oh. It says, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him with an impudent face, said unto him, I have peace offerings for with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently, to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked. She basically was saying, you're the one I've been looking for. To this guy, she said, I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen. So you go over, it says, I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. So you go over these women's homes, they got their bed all nice and made up. They got beautiful little, you know how they have them little blankets and all that stuff and whatnot. And they got the little lights going on, and they got they little incense burning or whatnot. And they got their little and they got their little scents going. Yeah, all of that stuff. It says, come, let us take our fill of love unto the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. So she said, come on, let's go. She said, let's drink our fill of love until morning. Let's enjoy each other's caresses. For my husband is not home. He's away on a long trip. So she basically trying to sleep with this other man. He have taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. So it says he has taken a wallet full of money with him and won't return until later this month. So she seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattery. So you have a lot of guys who end up in these situations where you shouldn't have been messing with that woman in the first place. And then you get in too deep. Like I said, man, I had a friend like Shalakia. I had a friend who was in the same position, but he got himself into that. And he ended up committing adultery. So, and that's a sin that's punishable by death. People don't understand the severity of their actions. That's why it reads, man, the wicked do not understand judgment, but the righteous understand all things. Roughly paraphrasing. It's verse 22. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. So he said he followed her at once, like an ox going to the slaughter. He was like a stag caught in a trap. So almost like the blind leading the blind. He's falling. He's following after this woman into a trap, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. So awaiting the arrow that will pierce his heart, he was like a bird flying into a snare, which is a trap, little knowing it would cost him his life. So like I said, man, adultery is a sin punishable by death. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. So the Lord saying, basically, hear what I'm saying and listen to these words, Israel. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her paths, for she hath cast down many wounded. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. So it says, don't let your heart stray away toward her. So don't let that woman take control of your mind. Don't wander down her path, her wayward path. That's why it says many men have lost their wits because of a woman. Roughly paraphrasing. For she has been the ruin of many. Many men have been her victims. That's why it reads, man, that the adulterer as well as the adulteress shall be put to death. Because a lot of women have caused men to commit adultery because they want to be slick. Her house is the road to the grave. Her bedroom is the den of death. That's why it's important, man. That's why the apostles really tell us not to be messing around with these women, man. There's been videos and evidence of women saying, "Oh yeah, the most fun men to break, or what the most fun men to mess with was those spiritual guys, because they know that you're on a different type of path, man. You're not like the rest. We're not like the rest, man. People want to see us fail. They don't want to see us succeed. But yeah, let me get this real quick, Lord willing. So now this is connecting to what happened to me personally. Now that I got that out the way, she that liveth in pleasure, because it's you 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 can, when you get into this truth, man, you are able to weigh spirits better because you're looking through a spiritual lens. So you can tell when somebody is a hoe or has whore tendencies. But like I said, man, nothing a woman does surprises me. But you never think you'll see somebody stoop down to this level to where they showing themselves nude on the app. You would never think that would happen. But like the brother said, man, when they leave a man of the Lord, they just, I don't know, they spiral out of control. It says 1 Timothy chapter 5 and 6, 5 and 5. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in the Most High, and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So it says, now a true widow, a woman who is truly alone in this world, has placed her hope in the Most High power. She prays night and day, asking God for his help. So that's regarding, you know what I'm saying, the few sisters that's in this truth who actually are understanding. But the widow who lives only for pleasure is spiritually dead even while she lives. Those women, you know what I'm saying, the 2/3 women, the wicked women who wanna be consumed by what this life has to offer. They not the same as you sisters. Let me think. Let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. And that also connects with Isaiah chapter 3. If you don't know what that talks about, go read that. It's talking about the judgment of the 2/3, or the judgments of the end dub. Listen, you. This is in the NLT. Listen, you women who lie around in ease. Listen to me. You who are smug, who are so smug. Let's get that real quick. So like self-satisfied. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women that are entitled in this day and age. Just go on social media. You'll see them all around. Yapping, just yapping. In a short time, just a little more than a year, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care. It's talking about when shit hits the fan. So the ones who say, oh, I'm independent, I don't need a man, all of these things. You know what I'm saying? All the ones who wear all that thought ass shit, who not dressing modestly and adorning yourselves. Yep, because we going to put it up too. Lord willing. The ones who coming out, like the brother says, but will you wear that in Jacob's trouble? But will you wear that in Jacob's trouble? Because that's going to be a time like no one has seen before. It ain't going to be no protection. For you ones that claim to be independent, that's when Isaiah chapter 13 comes in. Wait, Salakia. Yes, that's when Isaiah chapter 13 comes into play. When it says that I will make a man more precious than fine gold, which is talking about the Israelite, the elect man of the Lord. Because these women, they're in a state of ease right now, man. They're relaxed. They don't believe in what's about to happen. They don't pay attention to shit that's going on in the news or in the real world. They don't know what's going on. So soon they're gonna rise up and they're gonna be searching for men real soon. That's why the apostles and elders just tell us to sit back and wait. But you're gonna be fighting women off. For your fruit crops will fail and the harvest will never take place. Tremble, you women of ease. Throw off your complacency. Strip off your pretty clothes and put on burlap to show your grief. So, y'all, like I said, will you wear that in Jacob's trouble? A feeling of smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievements. Smugness. So, yeah, man. Let me go ahead and get this. Because this is not... So this is again regarding what I was talking about. In Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, man. That's why it's important to have both your parents in your household, man, because you mess around and raise your kids like the person that I'm talking about, as well as many other women that are in today's society, man. I'm on a college campus, dog, so it's hoes and thoughts running out all along, all over campus, bro, with no morals. They scream demure, but don't know the meaning of the word. They constantly screaming, but they don't know the meaning of the word. But it's okay. We're going to get it in a second. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. So it says, do not defile your daughter by making her a prostitute, or the land will be filled with prostitution and wickedness. And that's what's going on right now. Why you think in Project 2025, Donald Trump talking about one of our goals is to incriminate pornography, basically ban it, and anyone who produces it, because wickedness is running rampant, man. And he knows that he knows about us, the prophets of the Lord. He knows, but that's why it's laws, and it speaks on how a woman should raise up the children, so that these type of things don't happen. Let me get it right here. This person used to come back to me all the time after we stopped after I stopped dealing with her. She used to come back to me all the time. Uh, after any type of breakup or relationship she had, she always came back. All of these things, man. But was I ever gonna take her seriously again? No, because you're not my responsibility no more. But that's why this is just right. This is Jeremiah chapter 3:1. They say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her? Shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith Yahweh. So if a man divorces a woman and she goes and marries someone else, he will not take her back again, for that would surely corrupt the land. So you have all of these guys coming inside of you, all of this stuff. You got to realize, man, don't take that woman back. Learn from my mistakes. No, I'm just playing. But for real though, man, you got to just be upfront. And these hoes, like I said, the script is gonna flip, man. How the men show women favor and all that stuff, how we have to play the cat and mouse game with them, it's gonna be like that for us, dog. We ain't gonna have to deal with bullshit like this. We'll be able to just shoot women off like that. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this. Let's look through the Apocrypha. Marvel. I'm gonna go to John 3:7 because the Apocrypha. Oh, it might. I know what it is. It might be a U. Yep. Marvel. Marvel not. Salakia. Ecclesiasticus 26:11. The water. It's Ecclesiasticus chapter 26:11. Watch over an impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. So don't feel no type of way if your woman go against you, she leave you or not. You know what I'm saying? Or she goes out and be a whore. That's what it's saying. She gonna open her mouth for anybody. She gonna open her legs for anyone. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. Let me think. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Most High power. So, what does that word shamefaced mean? Feeling or expression shame or embarrassment. Let me get it in the Apocrypha. So, like I said, Apocrypha, I meant the blue letter. You gotta know how to spell these words, man. Shamefaced. Shamefacedness. 1 Timothy 2:9. A sense of shame or honor, modesty, bashfulness, reverence, regard for others, respect. So these women don't have no respect, man. And those who don't, they shall be counted as a dog. That's why, that's why the elder apostle Rakas said, man, you a Israelite, man. You a lion. You ain't supposed to be arguing with no donkey, man. Man, fuck these hoes, man. You don't even trip off that. But this 1 Timothy chapter 2:9, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness, which, like we just said, man, with morals and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So, like I was saying, now let's get that word. What does this mean? Demure, reserved, modest, and shy, typically used of a woman. So, like I said, man, these women, the main ones who be using this word, be the main ones who don't got no clothes on, be the main ones who be thoughts and hoes. They don't know the meaning of words. Let's get this real quick. Job 39:17, because the Most High power hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. So they don't understand, man. Women are not the brightest in the head, man, when it comes to certain things. They're not the brightest. Let me think. I was about to pull up a good scripture, too. Yeah, here it is. Such, it is Proverbs 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Women don't know how to show accountability, man. They don't know how to take accountability for their actions. All they know is how to play the victim. Let me get this real quick. It says Proverbs 5:3, and I might just end it here. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. So it says, for the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey. So they're gonna tell you everything. They try and soup you up, make you feel good, all types of stuff. I'm speaking from existence, from Salaki. I'm speaking from experience. And her mouth is smoother than oil, but in the end, she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Of harlot's end of wickedness, cry of pain. Feeling or showing anger, hurt, or resentment because of bad experiences or a sense of unjust treatment. So like I said, man, that person is just bitter, man. These people are bitter. They doing these things, and on the outside they make it seem like they like it makes them feel good, but on the inside they know it's morally wrong, and it's degrading. It's degrading yourself, man. You gotta have some type of decorum for yourself, man. If you just gonna really, this how you know we're in the land of the wicked, man. This is a profession for women now. Women are around my age, 18, 19, 20, 21, putting themselves on the internet, selling their bodies, which I mean, we know that's been going on for years, but now it's magnified now because knowledge has increased. All you got to do is go on the internet, and you can find a whole bunch of women that's on there just, and it's just sick, man, to see, especially our people, bro. It's vexing, man. It really is. But that's the reason. That's why it says, man, these people have to these people have to get judged. But the fearful this is Revelation 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, man. They gonna learn it through death by pain, man. There is no other way. They tried everything else, man. They just gotta feel the judgment of the Lord. So let me make sure that's everything gotta hit on, man. I believe that's it. I just want to go ahead and make this lesson, man. It was on my spirit all day. I just want to get this shit off my mind. But also I wanted to edify you all, the whole elect of Israel out there. So, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it off here, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makah HaKodash. Double blessings and honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone once again, who taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the Lord's only begotten Son. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom.